many of you, by a show of hands, believe the college admission process should be fair? Let me define fair. Impartial and just without favoritism or discrimination. Impartial and just without favoritism or discrimination. With the decision by the Supreme Court to overturn affirmative action, many have asked, what now? While others are thinking, yes, finally, admissions will finally be fair. I've got news for you. College admissions is not fair, nor will it ever be. I grew up with 14 Theos and Theas with expert advice on everything from how to build the perfect stacked enchiladas to how to apply the perfect amount of black eyeliner and how to curl my eyelashes with a big metal spoon. Trust me, it works. But nobody had advice for how to apply to college. It was my immigrant mother, Lydia, who drove me north on the 110 freeway to meet Mr. Vargas. It's because of them that I am an alumna of USC, Columbia, and UCLA. But it wasn't until I was an admission officer at a private college back east that I saw for myself the discrepancy of resources and information between public and private high schools regarding college admissions. Having now worked with over 10,000 families, today I offer you 3 myths, 3 truths, and 3 action steps. Myth number 1. Colleges are looking for the best applicants. The truth is, colleges are looking for great applicants that fit their institutional needs and wants. Think about companies like Amazon, Disney, Nike. Each one equally great, but also each one attracts a unique set of employee applicants. What matters most in college admissions is who colleges are looking to admit and how many they can admit. Who colleges are looking to admit are applicants that align with their core values. My dream college, USC, was looking to increase the number of student scholars and student leaders. Why? Because courageous and ambitious are 2 words found on the statue at the center of campus. How many a college can admit depends on the size of the institution. Some colleges bring in a freshman class of 500, 1,500, or 5,000 or more. Some of the most selective colleges are bringing in the same number of students that they were 20 plus years ago, even though the number of applications has increased exponentially. Colleges are not impartial. They each have a unique set of needs and wants. If you want to increase your rate of success, curate the right list of colleges that align with your core values by using the 30-40-30 rule. 30% should be your realistic reach colleges, 40% should be your 50-50 or target colleges, and 30% should be your likely colleges. Myth number 2. College admissions is a meritocracy. Each applicant judged simply by their grades and test scores. The truth is, 60% or more of each applicant pool are all equally academically qualified. For colleges that admit under 30%, great grades and test scores will only get your foot in the door. At top colleges, involvement is different than impact leadership. Involvement includes clubs and organizations like Key Club, Mock Trial, Diversity Club. That, combined with a commitment to athletics and/or performing arts, will get most applicants admitted to 75 to 90% of colleges across the country. But at top 100 colleges, like the one I worked at, we took special note if an applicant was the student body president, editor-in-chief of the newspaper or yearbook, team captain of a major sport, Girl Scout Gold Award or Eagle Scout, or, state or national champion. Those are great examples of impact leadership, but they're not confined to those labels. Let's take, for example, Jana. Jana comes from Chicago Public Schools. She had Ivy League dreams with her 12 APs. She was the debate team captain and ASB diversity chair, but she needed something more. She created the podcast The Bottom Line, interviewing peers on topics like growing up in Lincoln Park and finding hope in America. Jana is now at Princeton. Charlie was a top-ranked scholar at his private Catholic school. He was on the volleyball team and the robotics team. He had an interest in mechanical engineering and a huge desire to change the world. Charlie decided he wanted to build custom electric bikes. And so he did. Charlie is now at the University of Notre Dame. College admissions is not fair because by definition, they must choose and favor some qualified applicants over equally qualified others. If you want to be sure to stand out in the sea of thousands, be sure to clearly communicate your involvement and impact leadership. Myth number 3, college admissions is objective. The truth is, college admissions is not objective because it is subjected to the applicants who submit them. I spent time as an admission officer reading and taking notes on 25 to 35 applicants per day. During admission committee, I spent 60 seconds presenting the highlights of each applicant. The committee would ask me questions, and then, without words, we would vote, holding up a red, yellow, or a green index card. Majority won, and an A, a WL, or a D was recorded on the file. The vote came from my presentation, which stemmed directly from my notes, which came directly from what was written in the application. Hear this: what gets written gets reviewed. What is not submitted is omitted from review. The burden of proof is on the applicant, not the admission office. Let's take, for example, Jackie. Jackie's from an underserved community, and she was nervous about the few C's on her transcript and her sparse resume. But she revealed to me privately that several members of her family live in one apartment, and she often used the restroom as her sole study space. And it turns out Jackie was spending up to 30 hours a week helping her mom clean banks. By choosing to write about these topics, Jackie helps the reader understand the context of her study environment and how she spends her time outside of the classroom. Jackie is now at UC Davis. Ryan was one of thousands of valedictorians in California. As a son of Vietnamese immigrants, he writes about staying in the pockets of LA with people similar to him until he met Javier. Javier introduced him to salsa dancing and pozole verde and got Ryan out of his comfort zone. Ryan also had a speech impediment, introducing himself as Ryan. He became resolute in overcoming that obstacle and practiced every day. Ryan writes about stories I cannot find anywhere else in his application. Ryan is now at UCLA. Colleges discriminate based on what students choose to communicate in their application. If you want to say, pick me, I'm the best, create compelling essays. Know your core 4 stories. Who am I? What am I good at? What's something cool about me? And why this major? College admissions is not fair, nor will it ever be. Should colleges admit the best students? Yes. Should colleges admit them based solely on merit? Yes. Should college admissions be objective? Yes. But unfortunately, it is not. You must do these 3 things. 1, curate the right list of colleges using the 30-40-30 rule. 2, clearly communicate your involvement and impact leadership. Number 3, create compelling essays. Know your core 4. If you leave with nothing else, hear this truth. Students aren't rejected. Applications are. Now that you know that college admissions is not fair, I have a challenge for all of you. We're on a mission to get this information to the millions of families that deserve it, no matter their zip code. Share this information with at least 3 people. Find those parent connectors, those PTA moms. Find those enthusiastic teachers and school leaders and school board members and organization change makers. Together, we can close the education gap by closing the information gap. Thank you.